What a mess. There's not any room on the deck for anything. There's so much gear just lying about. Poor old Shadow. There have been some remarks about my boat looking like a traveller's boat. Well, I live on it, and it's been a long winter. Everything's in turmoil. Everywhere you look, there is just stuff. Poor old Shadow. There's stuff everywhere, and the reason being the boat's in refit. I'm refitting, ready for my next adventure, heading back south, down France, Spain, Portugal, and onward to the Atlantic. So it's now spring, we've got things to do. It's been an awfully long winter, again, terrible weather, but now the sun is out. I'm on a mooring waiting to go into a marina to lift the boat out. It's always a bit of a hairy moment when you lift a boat out of the water. Boats don't belong out of the water, but when you see 10.5 tons hanging in a crane, it's scary, especially when it's your home. And especially scary because it's Friday the 13th today. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine, but they've delayed me coming out, so I'm sitting on a mooring having a cup of tea, and we shall see what happens with the rest of the day. I'm sitting here shitting myself, watching my beloved boat hanging on 2 webbing straps on one hell of a slope. They've got her leveled up, but nevertheless, very nerve-wracking a moment. Getting her clean finally. This is the beginning of bringing her back to the spick and spanness that she once was. So yeah, this is all good. A week of hard work to follow. Just missed it. The boat just slipped in the slings and dropped like a quarter of a metre or something. Yeah, the sling suddenly slipped along the hull and the boat dropped. Inside the boat in the middle of refit, you wouldn't recognise where we are. It is just unbelievable. Here's the heads, or the toilet if you're a landlubber. That toilet's getting replaced. I won't even show you it, it's a bit disgusting. But look at the state. There's panels out. There's stuff everywhere. It's a big mess. We're right at the back of the boat now, and you can see there, that is actually the bulkhead that connects to the back of the boat, the lazarette. And there's cables coming through, and there's a cable run. And what I'm actually doing is this cable here belongs to the new A.I.S. system that I'm putting in, and we're having to try and thread it through this maze, and in through this bulkhead, and then through the heads, the toilet, and through again into the boat and connect with the systems inside it. And I'm trying to do it so it's all invisible when it's finished, but I'm having to remove all the paneling to do it. And that's the bad boy right there. He's come from the very back of the boat and the new frame with the A.I.S. aerial on it, and he's come through there, and he's going to go behind all this paneling, up in through there, and then round and hopefully up in behind the instrument panel and come out where the new A.I.S. system is, right there. It's difficult to believe that I'm hoping to get away in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Another job I wanted to do was to check out the rigging. I didn't really fancy going up there myself, so I hired a couple of guys from a local rigging company to do the job for me. The major project at the moment is the toilet. As you can see, the smallest room in the boat, or smallest cabin or space, whichever you like to call it, is in fact the toilet. The toilet was there, and there's the new toilet, which is upside down at the moment. So what we're going to do is paint it with a paint which is not porous, which can wipe clean before the new toilet goes in. The general state of things at the moment, I got some old radio gear of my father's here, which nobody wants. I'm going to actually junk that. I think that's taking up a lot of space. I've got things here that next door neighbour on another boat has kindly lent me. These are charts of France and books on cruising down in Europe. So more charts and making notes. A little word for those of you that might think that paper charts have had their day and only rely on electronic navigation equipment. There you go. Ray Marine's C70 plotter decided to pack its hand in. I've had several people look at it and taking some advice, and basically it's junk. It's had its day. It is an ex-plotter. It's back to do it the old-fashioned way. Paper charts, you can't beat them. So this is a sight you don't often see. The bottom of the boat looking a lovely light grey, which is better than the blue that was on there before. And here we go. I've even painted the propeller. You may laugh, but they actually do sell anti-fouls for propellers these days. You can have it all shiny when it goes in 5 minutes time. After that it'll be covered in slime, so what's the point? Here is one of the zincs still on, and the new one is going to go next to it just here. All boats, especially steel boats, are subject to a thing called electrolytic action, which is where salt water and electricity combine to cause erosion in steel. And to help prevent that, you have a thing called the zinc anode, which is on the bottom of the boat. And this is one, a zinc anode. This one fits on the propeller shaft. Comes in two halves just like that, and that's a brand new one. But when they've been on the bottom for a while, they corrode. That's the job. They're sacrificial. And you can see here that the galvanic action of salt water and electricity has eroded that quite badly. It's still a lot left on it, and but it's kind of eroded unequally, and it spins on the propeller shaft. So to prevent any problems, I'm going to replace it with this one here. And there it is on. Another little trick with these anodes is that they get slime on them. You can see on this side here there's slime, a build-up of residue, seaweed and what have you. In fact, if I scratch it with my nail, some of it actually comes off. So what I do is I get some sandpaper and give them a rub. You can already see the difference here. And in fact, when you've taken the slime off, that side is smoother than this side, which proves that it wasn't working as well while it was covered up with slime. Back in day, another nervous day. Shadow coming for a swim. I was in one of these once, doing a training thing for 40 minutes. It's not nice. Home.
Not if you can help it.